Hey, y'all, what's up? We in the building. We promise. Listen, we doing better, Royaire, okay?
Miracle Monday yet again. We gonna make it happen this year. We said in 2025 we was
did.
gonna do what we said we was gonna do, and we are following through. So claps to us. Thank you for us. You better go us. Yes.
Child,
You gotta celebrate the small wins because them the wins that really matter. Okay.
yes, all the small wins lead to the big one, and we here for it
Yes.
all day long, okay? The Real Housewives of Potomac. That's what we here to recap. But before we do that, Royaire, we do got to give a moment of silence because now we know in real time that the Grand Don has not only been found guilty, but she will not be at the reunion because she checked into. They didn't want to call it rehab. They're going to say a treatment facility. What did they call it? They didn't call it rehab.
It was a treatment facility.
Mm.
Um,
What are your thoughts?
you know.
Be easy because it's the Grand Dame. Be easy because it's the Grand Dame.
And that's why I'm taking it easy.
Okay.
I'm taking it step by step,
Okay.
because this has been a journey for the Grand
Yes.
Dame. Let's just say
Yes, it
it's been a
has.
journey for her. It's been a
Mm-hmm.
lot of ups and downs,
Yes.
and the oh, Karen, why did you do this? Okay, this is what I think is really going to happen because at the end of the day, the Grand Dame is the Grand Dame of the Potomac of Housewives. Okay, so what
Right.
I really think is going to happen is Karen has set this time out, and there will be some type of personal interview between her and Andy. Now, may it be radio, TV, whatever the case may, podcast. I don't know, but I
Mm-hmm.
do think that Karen is going to take an opportunity to sit down with Andy and have a conversation of the importance of everything that's happened and why she made the decision to check into rehab and things like that. So I do think that she's just taking a smarter route of this. I think the best route, in my opinion, would have been to come and sit on the couch and take accountability for what happened. I do think that it would have looked good, in my opinion, being someone that has worked in the court system. It would have
Mm-hmm.
looked good from a court standpoint, especially now that she has not had her sentencing just yet. It just, to me, it would have looked good for you. You got on the show all season. You played around and talked around it and everything. So I
Mm-hmm.
think it would have been a good look for her to talk about it, come to the reunion, and then go to rehab. But for her to just completely skip out on accountability and not saying anything, and it has been so public. I mean, just being that it has been a public situation, because it's been so public, I would think that it would have been a better idea to come out, have your speech ready. Just don't come out flying at the mouth at anything. Have
Mm-hmm.
your speech ready and then exit stage left early at the reunion. Early. But to completely
So
not show
you're saying that she should have had a conversation with just her and
and
Andy
Andy.
Cohen
Hmm.
and just said some things and left. I could see that, but Andy Cohen, he's a little messy too. He would have tried to slip in something and she couldn't risk that for the simple fact that Karen's in big trouble. We saw the body cam footage and it was not good. I had secondhand embarrassment for her. I wanted to smash that tape and get rid of it. And Ray Ray tried. Ray Ray tried. You ain't right. You want the foolery. You want the foolery. You ain't have to. You ain't have to do that. You did not have to do that. That's just a whole lot of foolery, okay? But you know what? Before we go any further, Roya, you got to give your speech about how we do on both channels. And
Yes.
I'm sorry, do that.
No,
Do
you
that.
are fine. Well, first of all, we want to welcome everybody in the building. Happy Monday. We are here to recap Real Housewives of Potomac. We are live on both channels, Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva and Royaire's World. So if you're on excuse me, if you're on Diva's channel, make sure you come over to my channel and hit the like button and subscribe. If you're on my channel, go over to Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva, hit that like button and subscribe. In just a moment, I'll drop both channels in the chat so that you can do that. But welcome, everybody. We're here to recap. This is what we do. Tonight, we're recapping Real Housewives of Potomac. Tomorrow, we'll do Married to Medicine, and then we have a little surprise for you at the end of this episode that we'll share. But welcome one, welcome all. Hit that like button, subscribe, and your notification bells on all, and feel free to share with your friends, share with your family, share across the board. We love our community.
Yes, we do. So yeah, so I could see that and I not see that. I think the best thing for her to do was to go into the treatment center, because that's telling the judge to me that she is serious. She's acknowledging that there is some sort of a problem and she's seeking help. And maybe her going to said treatment center will help get her a lesser sentence. I'm hoping that for Karen, because I like Karen. I like Karen a lot. And I don't want to see her go down in the gutter over this particular situation. I really don't want to see her do jail time. She's in her triple 20s and +2 or +1 or something like that. She's 60 something. The last thing a 60-something-year-old needs to be is behind bars. And I think what everybody have to understand, and I do understand that she could have killed herself or someone else, but I feel like, Royaire, that, this is a disease. So just like if somebody got diabetes or high blood pressure, sometimes when people have this alcohol problem, it's a disease.
Yes.
And it needs to be treated as such. And, Sharice told us that that the Grand Dame was known as the drunk of Potomac.
She did.
Sharice told us that. And it seems like when we saw that video that, yes, it was so. It seems to be so. But all I'm asking is a little bit of grace and mercy for the Grand Dame. So, real time, we know she will not be at the reunion. We're going to see what this reunion is going to be like without her. So we could go ahead and get into this episode, Royaire. What is the name of this one again? Red, White, and Smooch.
Before you move on, I think that this is going to be a great opportunity for us to get some real answers out of Mia. Mia has a lot to answer for, and I want to hear those answers. So I think though Karen did not show up, this is going to give Mia the complete floor to explain her behavior regarding her family situation, leaving Inc. Now that we know that in real time they're no longer together. Is she decided to stay with, her ex-husband or not? And then also explain this behavior regarding Giselle and her girls, because that was completely unacceptable in what she said. So this leaves a lot of open floor for us to really deal with Mia in this season and figure out what's true, what's not, and why are you here on the Real Housewives of Potomac.
Ooh. All right. I hear that. Well, there you go. And because Mia is seated on one side of Andy and Giselle has the other side. So Karen even lost her coveted seat.
Yeah.
Over her wanting to, drink. It's sad. Sad to see. I can't even picture and imagine Karen not in her seat, but she's not in her seat. So we're going to see how this goes. All right. You want to open us up, Royaire?
Sure, I can. So, we are on season 9, episode 14. This episode is called Red, White, and Smooch. Okay. So just to help everybody pick up where we are. I have dropped the channels in the links for our channels. So make sure you hit those links, go over, hit the like button and subscribe for us. We definitely appreciate it. So we are picking up, we are in Panama still. We are on day 2, I want to say, day 3, one of those days, in Panama. This is Wendy's trip. So far we have had a great time. We've had 2 messy dinners so far. We've had shopping. We've had outfit changes. I mean, it's been a trip. So, we are picking up for the next morning. Giselle is meeting with Kay, Ashley, Stacy, and all the ladies. They're having breakfast together. Giselle and the girls, Giselle's girls are working today. Stacy asked how her girls are doing, things like that. So she said the girls are working today. They get double the pay because it is the 4th of July. So they are doing that. Ashley is still dating Josh, so they kind of talk about Josh and what they got going on. Now Josh is 6 years younger than Ashley. And so Josh has the nickname of Little Josh for him because he is younger for her. So, that's going on with them. They seem to be still in some type of connection still. Karen and Ray are having a little conversation. Ray has decided to throw a little party at the house. The kids are supposed to be coming. So that's what's going on with that. Mia finally comes in, enjoys the group with the rest of the ladies. And so she sits by Giselle, which was a little jumpy for me because in the last episode, if you missed it, Giselle and Mia had a little run into in regards to their behavior and what's going on with this, talking about her daughters. So that was a thing. So Stacy opens up and she shares about Arabelle sending a video to her expressing that she misses her mom. The things are not the same without her, and so she's ready for her to come home. And it really touched Stacy's heart, according to what we've seen in the clip. Stacy shed a tear or two. She was missing her daughter. Stacy kind of opens up about her life in regards to her marriage and things going on. Stacy shared that her and her mom took a trip out of town after the passing of her father. On that same flight, she met her husband, and it happened to be her husband's birthday that same day. And so they've been they have not been able to stay separate since. I couldn't get my words together. But, Stacy is saying that this is the first time in 15 years that her family has been, in such a place that it can't be repaired. And so if you don't know, Stacy is going through a divorce right now. She's been married for 15 years. There is one child involved. Stacy was not involved in the financial things of life. So Stacy's struggling, people. So keep your prayers up for Stacy. Stacy shared that family always been together. Yes. So after Stacy shared that, she's Wendy and Giselle showed support to Stacy, saying, "We're here for you. We completely understand what's going on. Know that you're not alone. We are here for you." Today the ladies are going on a catamaran. They are getting on a boat. They're gonna have some fun, get in the water and do all of that. Mia brought up the instance from last night in regards to her and Giselle, and so she turned to Giselle and she said, "Listen, I know we had our issues last night, and I know there was an issue with my apology, so I wanted to come to you and give you a genuine apology in regards to what I said about your girls." And Giselle felt that she shared something with Mia that was general but still in confidence, and that Mia turned around and weaponized the information that she chose to share with Mia. And so Giselle did seem to accept the apology in the moment. Mia did ask for a hug. Giselle was hesitant to give that hug, but she did give the hug. One thing I noticed about Giselle as I've been watching more of this, because Giselle has not been my favorite person throughout the season, off topic for a moment. Giselle has not been my favorite person for the season, but I can tell that Giselle is really not an affectionate, girly girl type of person. Like, I'm really starting to see that. And it was definitely seen in this hug. Stacy decided to join in on the hug, and it was just too much for Giselle. And she did share that. But, they moved on from that. Wendy received a text message in the middle of their hug, and Wendy said, I got some news. Well, I just received a text from someone that Deborah K, you're suing Deborah, right? Well, she's suing you back for $7 million. Okay. And Wendy went on to read exactly what was said, in this suit. The attorney basically said that Kay is not the victim. Deborah is the victim. That Kay is searching for fame and fortune and wanting to be somebody. And that she only pulled this stunt so that, she can be somebody in this media. Kay said that she ain't worried about it. She is not, concerned about what's going on. In regards to the financial part of the lawsuit, that can be dismissed. But the criminal charges that she has, that the state picked up on behalf of Kay, cannot be dismissed, and those things have to be dealt with. Ashley said that she was kind of feeling bad, and this is really tough for her because she knows that she brought Deborah around in this group. And so Giselle and Ashley had a side conversation as the ladies were coming in. And so Ashley was just sharing with Giselle, I understand how you could kind of feel, some type of way. You are the one that kind of brought Deborah around. And she said yes. And so it made Ashley kind of question all of her relationships. She's dealt with a bad husband. She's brought a bad friend in the group. She's had some negative things happen into her life. And so it's really making her question whether or not she was the cause of Greg not proposing to Keiarna in Paris. Because word on the Kirby is Greg possibly was going to propose to Kay in Paris on that trip. But that trip ended up turning into a healing, recovering trip instead of a proposal trip. I'll stop there, Diva, just so that we can get all of those conversations in, and let me know if I missed anything.
You did extremely well. So let's talk. First, I want to talk about the gathering of the breakfast with all the ladies. I felt for Stacy. I'm concerned for Stacy because I don't know how Stacy is going to do not being with this rich husband who at the end of the day is not going to give her a good settlement, and he's going to take Arabella. So I'm feeling for her. I know he's going to take that little girl, and I don't, you know what I'm saying? He's going to take that little girl. And so Stacy's going to be left to her own devices. And with TJ as a friend, this is not good, right? So now, but I'm glad the ladies, I felt her tears, right? Because her father died. That's how she ended up meeting her husband. And this is the first time where it's not a family thing. I do get the pain that you go through when you used to it being you, your husband, and your child, and then all of a sudden it's just you, and sometimes it's you and your child, and then when your child goes with the father, it's like, okay, here I am. What am I supposed to do? Like, do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I get the space that she's in, and unfortunately, her saving grace is definitely not TJ because he don't like her like that. All right. So, and then the rest of them talk about, the kids or whatever. Oh, and that video from Arabella. Oh my God.
So cute.
When they showed that video, it was so cute. Her daughter is absolutely adorable. Love her daughter. I think she's just so beautiful. Saying, Mom, I miss you, and it's not the same here without you. It was just so freaking adorable. So adorable. She is such a cutie pie. And she's a good mix of the dad and Stacy. Yeah. The daughter is really a cutie pie. I'm feeling for Stacy. I really am. Stacy, keep your head up. This is going to be, it's going to be different for you. And you're going to have to find things to do and find yourself. You don't necessarily have to find a boyfriend, but find yourself a real friend.
A friend, yes. A stable friend who don't have no opinion either way, who don't have a win or loss in it either way. A confidant, somebody you can trust, and a friend, not somebody that you're sleeping with, nothing. A real friend. I totally agree with that.
A real friend, because this is going to be, she has a lot to navigate, but her family is beautiful, and so is Stacy. I like Stacy. Stacy is ditzy, but Stacy is Stacy. Okay. But she's a cutie pie. I love her. I love her family. What a cute family. And I do feel for her that this relationship, as she knows it, is over, right? So that was a heartfelt moment. And I like Stacy because I think Stacy, she's not jaded by this situation now. She's still very authentic. So we're getting true Stacy life, right? So when it comes to Mia apologizing to Giselle, I think that Mia, she's all over the place, but I do think the apology was genuine. I think Mia fell into the trap that all of these ladies in this these reality shows fall into. When you need a storyline, you will dig in the bucket and go low. And so Mia dug in the bucket and she went all the way low. She went below the belt because, she brought in the kids and that wasn't right. And so the only reason why I think Giselle is chilling is because she knows now that they're not playing with this firing thing and she doesn't want to get fired. So she's not going to ostracize Mia like she did Wendy for years. She's going to play nice and, she apologized. So she accepted it. Right. So that was that with that. Mia telling Kay, not Mia. Wendy telling Kay about that text and about 71 million, then 7 million, all that. Let me tell you something. I do not blame Kay. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I don't blame Kay for this lawsuit. Deborah, if she wasn't sued, Ashley would have still been bringing her around, and Deborah just took that whole thing way over the top. From the moment Deborah stepped on the set of the Real Housewives of Potomac, she was doing the most because I think she wanted to get that champagne flute.
Mm-hmm.
She did the most from day one. She was over the top. She was doing too much. Okay. So, as a result of her doing too much, there she is. Yeah, she did too much. Let me add. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Did it come up? Okay, there you go. And this, she looks like she's on Ozempic. She got really tiny.
Yeah. The face, the neck,
Yeah.
all of this slipped down. It shrunk in. Yeah.
Yeah, she's like a 00 or something there. Like she looks really tiny now. Yeah. So I think that Deborah did too much, and Ashley and Kay saying, listen, at the end of the day, Deborah can do whatever she wants, but the criminal charge is the criminal charge, and Kay ain't never lie. Okay. Hold on now. Kay didn't lie about that particular situation. The criminal charge is the criminal charge. This dramatic story about Greg took her to Paris so she can debrief from the fight and all of this. Kay, you need to stop. You told Ashley, I believe this. You was being going to Paris before the fight even happened, and you thought you was getting engaged there, and then you did not. Listen, she claimed she wasn't that girl when she was talking to her mother. I'm not that girl. I'm not desperate for a ring. Now you trying to tell us about a 3-year window and a this and that, and you trying to do mathematics with us. Kay, stop. You want that man to propose to you. You're getting bamboozled because you done moved out of wherever you was living, was it a condo, a house, or whatever the case may be. You moved out. You moved in his place. You're building a place together. And I would have did none of that until he proposed. And this man already has children. And Kay's talking about she's 36 or however old she is. And if she's thinking that he's going to rush to have more kids, if she wants kids, I can tell her this from the outside. Take it from Auntie Diva. He's not going to do that. He already has a family. So if Kay and him never have children, he's not going to care because he has 3 girls, I believe it is. 3 girls. Kay, you done walked in a minefield, and everywhere you step, you're getting blown up. Listen, this guy is not that deep, and you want to try to act like he cares so much and he's so romantic. Y'all planned the trip to Paris before you got beat down, girl, and got the cut upside your head. Now you want to try to tell us that he took you there because he just on the whim, booked the trip to Paris because he wanted you to calm down over the beat down that had happened. Girl, miss us with the nonsense. When Ashley said that, I said, Kay is messy. And he had, come on, Monique. And she said that he hasn't proposed yet. Girl, you in trouble. She in trouble. He's not proposing. He's not. And then just me child support the 3 kids. Raheem said he ain't marrying her. He not. But now to separate from him, you got a house with him. Girl, this is so messy. And I bet you we looked at the paperwork, the down payment, the furniture bill, all the money is coming out of Kay's.
Not coming out of the business that she had to close so that she could support him.
It's coming out of her skincare line account. I promise you that. It's coming out of her Real Housewives of Potomac paycheck. Yeah, she's paid for it all. But if this is what Kay wants, good luck to her for that. So then, Ashley is so messy. She gonna talk to Giselle, talking about, do I have a bad judgment? I believe my husband. I believe Deborah. I brought her into the group. But did she want to slip in how, did I mess up Kay's proposal? because Kay told me she was going on that trip way before the GNA and vet. So that was letting us know on the slide that Kay is a liar. Her man didn't just randomly take on this trip. It was planned already. I said, Ashley is messy. She messy. She's so messy. Oh, that's when they was in Paris. Mm-hmm. She was so distraught, but it was like every time you turn around, they was striking a pose. Ciao, bye. Is that that's Kay in both pictures, or is that the other girlfriend? That's the baby mother.
I think this is the baby mama in this picture over here in the purple, because them look like two totally different people.
Yeah, I think that's the baby mama. Well, you know, good luck to Kay if this is what she wants. So, you know, so Giselle was like, oh my God, no, this not your fault, but we gonna ask about it later. I said, he messy. They so messy. We gonna ask about it later. So I mean, and then you know, Kay gonna say, oh, every time I come to hang with y'all, Greg was like, please don't fight. First of all, men don't even remember and get into the business like that. Mm-hmm. That man, when you say you look leaving out that door, that man's like, okay, bye. He asking you, oh, y'all hang with them, please don't fight. Kay, stop it. Kay,
uninterested.
That part. And what happened to the girl with the football player? Child, we only see her like.
I guess she got caught in her lies and she decided not to show up no more. Because ain't no way you ain't know about them two babies that man had on the way, and you was just innocent and didn't know. So I think, you know, she caught wind that people was calling her a lie, and she decided to exit stage left, which was probably the best thing she needed to do anyways. And she was calling out her man on the show. Listen, I'm pretty sure she's more concerned about trying to get that ring and be somebody's wife than being on this show. So stay in your lane.
She needed to, because even the baby mama called her out, saying like in real time on the Instagram and all that. Honey, this Instagram is the devil for some of these people. Because the baby mama called her out and said, you knew about these kids. I said,
you knew about me and these kids.
Child, whoa. But yeah, so I don't know, but that's it with those scenes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, beautiful. Well, the ladies get on the bus. They head on over to the catamaran. You know, Ashley is, before they get there, Ashley's sitting poolside having a little conversation with Josh. You know, Josh and Ashley seem to really be in like of one another. You know, Ashley shared that one of the things that they have in common is that they both enjoy corny jokes. And so, you know, every morning they send each other corny jokes, and so they laugh. And so Ashley said, well, before you get too lit, don't forget to send me our daily joke, you know. And so he agreed to do so. You know, he said he misses Ashley. Ashley said, I miss him. She said, I just want to give you a kiss on the lips. You know, he said, I want to do the same. And so, yeah, they're in their little love boat status. Giselle is helping Stacy get ready. Stacy is helping Giselle get ready. That's going on. Like I said, the ladies are headed to the bus. Ashley and Giselle are matching. Mia said that Stacy is giving pirate. So we get to the catamaran. The ladies get on the water. The ladies decide to, go ahead and get on the boat. Now Wendy said, this is how you do a trip, okay? When we were in North Carolina, Mia's put us on a little paddle boat, and we, made it through. But Wendy said, I got us a boat here, okay? We're going to have a good time and have some fun. Karen seems to be a little off on this trip, and so some of the ladies are noticing that she's not as in the crowd of the group as she normally is. Kay says, I think Karen just had a rough experience on our North Carolina trip. This trip started off rough, so she's just trying to kind of stay out the way, do her thing, and not be messy boots. Karen said that she's not into the water like that. That's not her scene, boats and things like that. So she just wants to chill, be off, the scene and do her. Ashley, Mia, and Wendy are all sitting outside. They're having conversation. Ashley, decides to get undressed. And so the ladies are complimenting Ashley on her body and all of that stuff. Wendy asks how Mia's kids were doing. Last time we checked in, the kids were staying at Jacqueline's sister's house. Mia's husband Gordon came to get the children, and then they went missing. They had to do an alert on the phones. Everybody's phones was alerting because these two children were out missing. So they finally found the children, and so Wendy wanted to check in and see how that was doing. Mia said the kids are great. They're on a farm having a great time doing them. Giselle asked, about Kay and the Paris trip. How was that? Did you guys enjoy it? Kay said, unfortunately, it kind of turned into, instead of a fun trip, more of a healing trip after the fight. It was just a rough time, and Greg wanted to take me out to help me feel better. Giselle shares that, Ashley was kind of feeling some type of way because she felt responsible. There was supposed to, as I stated, allegedly be an engagement. Kay was going around telling people that she thought, this would be the time. And so Ashley felt bad. Kay cleared the air and said, no, Ashley, that was not you. That was not the time for our engagement. We were going on that trip. It was already pre-planned. And so it was just kind of a trip for us to come together. Kay says that her and Greg have been together for 3 years, and so she said that there's 10 years in a decade. And so by the time that she's at 3 years, she feels like that something should kind of take place. And she says that she's kind of waiting on them to move into the house, and that the house will stabilize and solidify the time for them to get married. Did I put that right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hot mess altogether anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Wendy said, let's see. I do know about the engagement, is what Wendy said. And she said, do you want me to tell you when? Because I know. Kay said, as long as you know, it's good. So nothing needs to be said. Wendy said that Kay's mom shared that information with her. And so Wendy said that she's going to be mom's doored until further notice. The ladies seem to be enjoying their time on the boat. They're taking pictures. They're enjoying each other, having fun, having conversation. Mia puts, Mia is going over to Karen, trying to have a little fun with Karen, and so she's bouncing her behind on Karen. Karen's like, get that fake thing off of me. Mia said it ain't fake, it's my stomach, but it's all good. Kay was chatting with Mia about Jacqueline and their voyeur, whatever that is. Mia is into watching people having sex, and so Jacqueline shares that Mia involved her at a young age. They started, doing what they do together. And so Jacqueline enjoys, watching, and Mia enjoys watching Jacqueline. And Jacqueline says that, Mia has watched her one time, but Jacqueline has watched them multiple times. And all of this happened when they were 19 years old and going up. And so Jacqueline wanted to kind of let it go. Well, someone says, I want to say it was Wendy, well, you said that you linked up with Ink, that you and Ink were together. And so Mia had to clear up the conversation and said, no, Jacqueline and Ink did not meet up. It was Ink's friend that Jacqueline and them met up. And so then I guess the ladies asked how Jacqueline and PP met. And so she shares that they were all out. Jacqueline met PP. They went out on a triple date. Jacqueline was acting shy. And so Mia had to teach her how to get and keep her man. And so Mia kissed PP, and then PP kissed Jacqueline, and they went home together. And so Jacqueline and PP ended up getting pregnant. And that's how Mia is the godchild to Jacqueline's children. Giselle, Karen, and all the ladies felt, uncomfortable about Jacqueline, sharing all of this and the ink and all of this mess. And it was just a bunch of sex talk during that scene. I think that was really kind of everything that happened during that. If you want to go ahead and talk about the little trip, that we can do that.
Well, you know what? We could stop there for a minute, Royaire. I'm sick of this sex talk. It's like, yeah, okay, yes, I agree with you, and I don't want to mess up your name here, right? Personally, this episode was disgusting, nasty. Jacqueline and Mia is disgusting. I was sick of the sex talk. I'm like, yo, y'all don't got nothing better for us. Like, this is ridiculous at this point. Every time we turn around, it's this sex talk. I'm over it. I had enough about it. I think they play around with games with the sexuality. And, there are really people in the world that this is their life. And I just feel they're just playing games with it for a sport, so to speak.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I feel, and it's just my personal feelings. So anybody that don't agree with it, it's just your business. But I feel offended. I feel like they're kind of playing with the sexuality thing, and sexuality is nothing to play with. In my personal opinion, there are people who really, really struggle with their sexuality and who don't understand, who they are or what they are, and things of that nature. And for us to just kind of play around it like it's, just something that we can play with and not be serious, I think is very irresponsible. And it, I understand people trying to figure out themselves and find themselves, but these are grown women. At this stage, you know what you like, you know what you're into, and it's just like, if that's what you're into, okay, but I don't know. It's just too much for me. It was
They
just
play games. I think they play games. I think it's all a big joke.
You into the woman, and if you want to be bisexual, that's your business. But
Right.
be honest about what you're doing. I feel like the issue is the honesty of it all. Nobody is being honest. It's like you say that you into this man, but then you're not into this man. You into the woman, but then you say you're not into the woman. It was just all over the place. It was not enjoyable for me at all.
Yeah, little English Rose, thank you so much. Now that you broke it out, my eyes are seeing clearly now, and I see it. But
that is exactly what it is. Oh my God, that's hilarious. That is so cute.
I don't want to mess it up, but you are right. I think the episode, it was just disgusting. It's like we're a bunch of grown women, and the best they got is to keep with this sex talk. I'm like, they really didn't have anything else to discuss. And then I felt like the whole scene with Ashley and Jacqueline as they was getting ready, I feel like it was staged, right? It was staged. Oh, you want to kiss me? Oh, I always wanted to kiss you. It was just stupid. Yeah. And then they come together and they kiss, and I don't know. I just had enough of it. I'm like so over it, Royaire. Yeah. I'm like, yo, give us more, or get off.
And I think it's not authentic. Y'all are faking it. It would be one thing if this was y'all reels being real about, and I do feel like this is Mia and Jacqueline's real life, but the way that y'all are playing about it and joking, it's like we do this, but then we don't do this, but then we kind of do this, and then no, that's not true. Like, be honest about what it is. Like, if we're going to talk about it, let's have a real conversation. Let's be honest and stop jabbing and playing games about it. There are people who really struggle, and that's why I jump back to people who really struggle with their sexuality and don't know, and for some people that is a life or death thing, because some people regarding to their religion, they struggle with how to deal with that and what to do and how to make out of it. Some people struggle with it as far as just how they're born, their relationships with their parents, their relationship. It's just so much. And for us to just kind of play around with it and act like, well, we gay, but we not gay, and we mess around, but we don't mess around. Like, be honest, be real, and then be ready to accept the judgment or the non-acceptance of whatever comes with it. And I think that's Mia and Jacqueline's problem. They're so busy trying to be liked and fit in that y'all are playing these roles that may be yourselves, but it's not coming off as yourselves, and it's coming off as offending, in my personal opinion.
No, I'm right there with you, Roy. It's not authentic, right?
Yeah.
What did man say? Unpopular opinion, but both Kay and Deborah are making a mockery of the legal system. I don't think Kay is, though. I don't think Kay is. I think Deborah definitely is. I don't think Kay is. I think Deborah, listen, these reality shows, they love to tell people don't sue. But if you think you could do whatever you want, but if you think because you hit me on TV and we on some reality show that I'm not going to come for you, Nah, I'm sorry. You got to pay. And I think the only reason why they didn't bring Deborah back with the shenanigans is because Kay wasn't playing with her and saying, no, I'm suing this girl because this is stupid. How you gonna bust me upside my head with a cut and you think it's all fun and games? Like I said, Deborah came on 100 from the minute we saw her. And Kay doesn't seem like that girl to me that's just going to be fighting somebody. Kay walked in that event ready to start some mess with somebody. And so she got into the mess. She got herself caught up. And like Kay said, well, she ain't got the money. You can't play stupid games. You want to play stupid games, you're going to get stupid prizes. Because Cameron is Giselle was like, oh, she don't have no money. She said, well, that's her problem. And it is. It is.
Look, Cardi B didn't say, well, Tasha K don't have no money, so I'm not going to sue her. No, Cardi.
You're going to get sued. Some people don't stop until you do something to stop them. So she did the most, and now here she is. Okay, she got herself caught up. So Deborah, you messed around and you found out you was doing the most, so you could come up there and have a flute, and now you don't have a flute, but you got a lawsuit. So I'm with Kay on this one.
Deborah, you ain't got a flute, but you got a lawsuit. Boo.
Okay, boom. Oh, well, he said, Andy Coleman said the Potomac reunion has been the best reunion since Monique's binder. I wonder if that's shade. No, maybe it's true. Because I
think it is the best reunion. Yeah. And like I said, it's because the focus cannot be on Mia is not sharing any kind of focus at this point. Mia has done so much this season. Now the focus is strictly on Mia. And so now Mia cannot lie her way out of this, because this is not a chopped up thing where we in this scene, we in that scene. No, we are all sitting around on one accord in one space, and you're going to answer these questions today. Oh, yeah. They came for Mia hard. No, they got her good.
And I think we're going to circle back to the fact that Mia brought up Giselle's daughters. I think that's going to go like under the rug real easy. Yeah, Mia's going to have a lot to answer to. And so Ashley on Watch What Happens Live last night, she said that Mia and Ink are not really broke up. It's all for Mia's storyline. I don't put nothing past Mia. But I mean, to play with G like that, Gordon would be messy.
Knowing his mental stability issues.
Right.
Yeah, that's messy. And I'm curious of how well, even if she has broken up or is still with Ink, I'm curious how well that's going to pan out for her, because now you have a lot of ladies who are against you in this show. You know, her and Ashley officially kind of fell out last week, you know, so her and Ashley are kind of having issues. Her and Giselle, you know, Giselle has already told us when she went over to Charlamagne the God show, Breakfast Club, you know, she said, Mia's dead to me. She's already cleared that and made it a thing. Keiarna and Mia, I'm sure, are not on the best of terms because of everything with her and Jacqueline and all of that. So, I mean, you got the majority of the cast, the core anyways, who are not rocking with you like that. So this is going to be interesting to see how this turns out for Mia going into another season, if we're, you know, make another season.
Yeah, well, we're gonna see, like you said, we're gonna see. So other than that, I mean, because Ashley and this Josh,
what are your thoughts on that? I couldn't wait to ask you about their relationship and what do you think?
I think that, well, I mean, she on Watch What Happens Live last night with Andy, she pretty much said that, you know, they just sleeping together. They're buddies like that. Like they're sleeping together. If that's what they doing, that's what they doing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that. In my personal opinion, I don't think Ashley needs to be in any kind of real relationship right now. I think Ashley is still trying to figure out herself and find herself. Though she is Josh's 6 years, Josh's senior. Ashley is still young herself. You know, she's only 36, 37, something like that. So that's still young. She's got these 2 boys. I think Ashley really needs to focus on her boys, focus on figuring out what she's going to do in regards to financial stability, how she's going to keep that going. Because from the looks of it, G&A ain't it, boo. It's just not it. So we need to find some real stability. You know, Giselle is good. She's got her podcast. Her podcast is going on its 4th season now. You know, Giselle, she is probably still receiving child support for Jamal. You know, she's good. She's clean. You know, so Ashley, you're in a situation where you have to figure out, you know, and your boys are young too. Giselle's girls are grown, so she don't really have to take care of them. So you really need to focus on your stuff, you know, having a little fun. That's your business. I know that's what Ashley likes to do. So if that's the guy you choose to do it with, great. At least you got you one person to do that with, and just focus on you. So hopefully she is, you know, doing that for herself.
Yeah, I hope so too. So yeah, I'm okay with them. Actually is really cute. And Josh is cute. I think they look like a cute couple. So, you know, if they just bumping and grinding, that's what they doing. Other than that, you know, Cameron says she ain't happy on boats. And then I think what I think is hard for Cameron this season, because did you hear her say that she missed drinking? I forgot what the drink was.
I did hear her mention it. Yeah.
Like Cameron.
I mean, she did share with us last week that she has not stopped drinking. She's just not drinking around these ladies. But that's what she said last week. So maybe she was just missing her drink in the moment.
You know what I'm hoping, Royaire? I'm hoping they don't compile a whole bunch of clips from Potomac when they do her sentencing, because I just would die. Because listen, we already know they messy, because when they had all of that footage in their back pocket,
pina colada. That's what it was. Pina colada.
Her pina colada. She sure did. You know, when they had all that footage in their back pocket from the body cam, I mean, did they show it to her lawyer? Because she should have maybe struck a deal before she even went to court with all that.
That's what I don't understand. Karen, you know, at the end of the day, she knew she was guilty. You know, she did what she did. And it would have been a better look for her to take accountability, accept whatever plea deal that they were going to give her, and move on. The only reason that I can think that she chose to fight for this is because there was jail time attached to this. And that's why I said I really think that she may go to jail, because what other reason would you not just take a plea deal out of this? What other reason would you not? I mean,
we needed her. Listen, shout out.
Is it a felony charge? Is that a felony charge with DUI and DWI? I mean, that would be the only other reason that she doesn't want to walk around as a felon. But even if that's the case, well, you got found guilty, so you're still a felon either way. If that's the case, I don't know if it's a felony charge or not. But I'm just trying to figure out for what reasoning she would have not taken the plea deal instead of going through all this to still be found guilty, knowing you did what you did, and knowing that all of this footage, even if they did not show Karen this footage, you had to know in your mind, like, Karen said it herself when she got out the police car, "Ooh, I'm lit." Like, girl, you had to have some kind of memory or recollection of how bad everything was. So, Monique said, yes, it's a DUI is a felony. So maybe she just didn't want to walk around with the title of a felony. But at the end of the day, you're still a felony now, like, because you got found guilty.
I'm speechless, Royaire. I'm speechless. But you know, sometimes things happen for a reason. Karen been doing this because, you know, what's the name said?
Oh, did you see Bianca Edwards' comment?
Oh, what did she say? Okay, wait,
I don't think she could take a plea for it if she have so many of the same convictions. She should have pleaded guilty and took the least amount of sentencing. And this is her. She's already had an accident like this once before.
But
so
technically, DUIs before. I think at the very least this was the second one.
Right.
Okay, Lucy is saying she's not going to jail. Well, I hope not.
I mean, yeah, I don't want her to, but I'm just trying to. What other reason would she have not taken a plea deal? If I just can't imagine that one was not offered. Number one, you know, right. Most courts are going to want you to take a plea deal because it's just easier on the court versus going through a trial and doing all of that. That's just most of the times the first option that is offered is a plea deal. Right. I'm just trying to figure out why she would have not taken that. And my only other thing could be, like I said, is either that jail time was on the, you know, docket for her, or the, right. you know, a felony was. I just, those are the only two things that I could think of why she wouldn't have.
Yeah, I
I
don't.
mean, I would take one if I knew the jail time was on,
Yeah,
option,
Sharon, listen, I don't know anything but jail. Maybe her lawyer should have tried to work out guilty, but can she please go to rehab
Yes,
and
yes,
do community service
yes.
and whatever else the case may be? I
I mean,
told you.
heck, I would even take house arrest.
Yeah, an ankle bracelet. No, this is this child. This is ugly. This is ugly. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. Yeah,
yeah, I'm
oh,
just.
yeah. It's sad.
It's sad, and I really hope, for real, I hope that Karen is really taking this serious. I
Hmm.
really do hope that she missed the reunion to check into rehab to
Hmm.
get the help that I just hope this is serious. I thought, to me, it was kind of weird that she waited until the reunion to finally check in to go to rehab. Um,
I'm gonna be honest with you, Roy. Yeah, I think just like all of us, I don't want to say all of us. I don't want to but like many people, they need every check that we get, right?
that's true.
So if you miss a paycheck, you like, okay, wait, I need my money or whatever the case may be. I think that she needed this check. So that's why she showed up for work because she did what she had to do because you got a lawyer to pay, you got a daughter in college. I think she needed the check, right? And so as a result of needing the check, she did what she had to do, but that resulted in her being scrutinized and them using this DUI situation as part of the storyline, and it sucked for her.
It really,
But
really did.
how
And
else?
she has a YouTube as well. In previous seasons, Karen has kind of recapped throughout the season of everything that has happened. That did not happen this season.
Uh-huh.
So and she normally recaps in real time as it's going on. That
Wow.
did not take place this season. Karen did no interviews for the show this season. She did not go on tour. Karen is normally one of the housewives that tours around to shop the show as it's coming up. None of those things happened this season. So in my mind, I'm just like, well, what have you been doing all of this time? Yeah.
It's sad.
Yeah.
It's sad, but that is what it is. So we can roll into our last scenes.
Yeah, so we already talked about Jacqueline and Ashley coming in the room together. Ashley, said, I don't understand why you haven't kissed me. Do you like me? Jacqueline said, yeah, I do like you, but I respect our friendship. That's why I haven't. And I know Mia would be jealous. Well, she said maybe later. Ashley said, well, why not now? Take a little peck. They kissed each other. She asked if she liked it. She said, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Jacqueline said Mia would be jealous. Don't tell her. And then she was like, well, I don't care. Tell her. So the ladies, are preparing for their last night at dinner. They get on the bus. They head on down to dinner. Wendy said that all of the ladies just seem to be a posting board for her. Karen's party was exactly like Wendy's birthday party. Now Ashley was dressed, similar to Wendy in this, last dinner trip. Let's see. The ladies go to dinner. Stacy asked about how Ray was doing. Karen said he's doing well. The kids came over for the holidays. Ashley talked about, her and Jacqueline getting together, coming into the room, sharing a kiss. Mia was instantly jealous about the situation. The ladies wanted to see them kiss again, so they told Ashley and Jacqueline to kiss again. Mia was upset. Ashley said Jacqueline said this was the best kiss she ever had. Mia said, I know that's a lie because I've kissed Jacqueline in more places. That was a conversation. Wendy had, all of this was surrounded by the 4th of July. So Wendy took all the ladies outside to go watch, the fireworks. So the ladies had a fireworks show. They enjoyed that. Wendy felt like she did a great job on this trip. She brought all the ladies together. Stacy and Wendy, or Stacy and Giselle had a commonality together. They found commonality in one another. And so they enjoyed sharing a room and got to know each other better. They seemed to have more of a liking of each other. Well, Stacy has more of a liking of Giselle anyways. She said she got Ashley and Jacqueline together. They had a good time. Karen decided to sleep in going towards the next morning because she was just sick of all the foolishness and the stupidness that was going on from the previous night. Well, while Karen was sleeping in, she missed out on some tea. Waking up that next morning, Giselle found out that Jamal was now engaged to his new wife. The ladies asked about her and how she feels, how the kids feel about her. The kids don't know her, is what Giselle said. Giselle said that Jamal calls her his friend. So, it's whatever. Wendy asked, do you feel like she competes with you? Giselle said she's not even in my same category. And so Giselle, that was her thoughts and opinions on that. Wendy said, that she had Jacqueline call PP because PP would be upset if he found out that Jacqueline was out kissing other girls. So Jacqueline called PP and told him that she kissed Mia. She kissed Mia and Ashley. He said, is that all you got to tell me? Mia said for now, or Jacqueline said for now. So that was the end of that. Wendy asked Mia in regards of her children. I know you had issues with the children, but I was told that you were going to Atlanta. What's up with that? I would think that after everything that's happened with your children, you would be headed down back to the Potomac to get the kids or wherever they are to check on the children. Well, Mia shared that the kids are good. She's talked to them. They want to stay down at the farm for a few more days. And she has an older son that has a basketball game who lives in Atlanta. So that's why she is heading to Atlanta. The ladies pack up, get their things together, and they head on back to Potomac. And that closes out this episode of The Real Housewives of Potomac, season 9, episode 14, Red, White, and Smooches. Your final thoughts and opinions on those scenes?
Red, White, and Smooches. That scene was nothing. Those scenes was nothing. I mean, it was what it was. I like the fireworks. I like the closeout, so to speak. I like the dinner. Giselle, I think she didn't have to be messy about her baby daddy, her ex-husband's wife. I thought it was messiness and shade for no reason. Yeah.
It was giving.
I look better than her. No, we don't look alike. I saw her in person. The kids know her as, daddy's friend. It's his wife now.
And she looks just like you. Jamal has a type, and
yes, he does. Yes, he does.
She's got to be, because she's a beautiful young. She's beautiful.
She is beautiful.
Not young, but she's beautiful.
She's beautiful.
She's not old either. No.
Right. She is. Yeah. So I'm just like, it's too much. Mia, you right, Bianca. Mia is such a liar. She already said she was going to Atlanta to see the leprechaun, not the leprechaun. Not the leprechaun and playing her gold. Now all of a sudden, girl, please, child, you ain't lying. She is a liar. It's going to be interesting to see how she handles this reunion. So Mia plays too many games, but I'm telling you, that's why that father, the oldest son, I would love to see that father. I never seen a picture of him. I would love to see him, because him right there, he not playing no games with Mia and his son. He was like, yeah, you could be on that TV playing with Jeremiah and Juliana, but you won't be playing with our son. You don't see him. I barely see him too on Mia's Instagram. That father is no joke. He's not playing no games with Miss Mia. Okay. To say that, Mia and Ink broke up because it's a storyline and she's doing this, Mia is beyond sad. It's actually horrific, and she's just doing this for a storyline. Do I think that Wendy gave a successful trip? 100%, hands down. And listen, she is slaying in the confessionals. Slaying. That red dress she had on, the hair, the makeup, the dress, everything. Wendy is slaying. Wendy is slowly rising her way up to being the queen of the Real Housewives of Potomac. And now that the Grand Dame has got herself in this unfortunate situation, that's him? All right, maybe she did go to a basketball game. All right, look at that. The son is tall too.
Yes.
is towards Mia and his dad. Yeah, okay, the son is towards too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, okay, all right. But that dad, shout out to that dad, because he's not playing with Mia.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all. He's a nice looking guy.
He sure
Um,
is.
he's a nice looking guy. All right. Shout out to dad and the
Mm-hmm.
older son with that curly hair. You know,
Yeah.
Mia has beautiful children.
Yes, she
Um,
does.
I think Mia just been through a lot and she needs to go to counseling seriously. And I get she needs this check, but God, do you have to sell your soul to the devil just to get it? That's a bit much, okay? But Mia definitely did. I mean, Wendy definitely did do her thing with this group and this trip, and she's slaying. Like I said, her confessional outfits. The day of departure, like you said, Jamal's getting married. And then there's the way Giselle handled that. I was just like, come on, Giselle, do better, because you grown. Giselle is in her 50s, like you grown. Listen, no, I wouldn't be going to the wedding. I wouldn't be doing all that. That's a bit much. But you know what? My daughters could have went. That's their father, and that's his new wife, and y'all gonna be seeing a lot of her. And to me, Giselle needs to embrace her, because when the girls graduate from college, Jamal and the wife should be able to come. It shouldn't be all this
Yeah.
tension.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and Mia not going to the kids, you know. Mia is Mia. And that's why Gordon said he went and got the kids and put them where he wanted to put them.
Mm-hmm. And that's going to be a conversation next week, because I believe it was Ray and Greg that had, Ray and Gordon that had a sit down conversation in regards to everything that happened. You know, Stacy and TJ are having a conversation next week, and I see I'm gonna have to cuss TJ all the way out. Like, we just gonna have to lay him out on the floor, because I already got some words for him, but we'll wait for that till next week.
We'll wait for that to next week. But I just want him to go away. And listen, if he's at the reunion, it's definitely gonna be a show.
Go away from us with this Apollo, please.
Yeah. But literally, if he's at the reunion, it's gonna be a show, because he messy. He messy. Mm-hmm. And poor Stacy, I know what Stacy wants. Stacy wants some marriage back, and I get that. I wish that for her too, but at the same time, when a man no longer wants you, you just gotta just pull yourself up by your big girl panties and just get your life together.
It happens.
Stacy, it happens. Stacy is absolutely gorgeous and
so beautiful, so talented.
Yeah.
So, you know, one thing I didn't like that they were saying about Stacy, and I kind of skipped over this by accident. They were having a conversation about the ladies' bodies and things like that. And so the lady said that Stacy, you know, she needs to have a butt like Wendy. Stacy doesn't need to have a butt like anybody. Stacy needs to have a body like Stacy, as you do as well, ladies. You know, one thing that I don't like about these shows is that the ladies pick upon one another, their looks, you know, what they do, and have to stop all of that. It's enough of that going on in the social media. As a friendship group, we should not be picking out one another bodies and who looks the best and who looks the worst and all of that. Like, cut it. It's not needed. So I didn't like that either. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and give my final thoughts and opinions, because I'm really over it. This episode was probably the worst episode for me this season. Like, I just like this, you know, and like I said last week, I'm no prune by any means necessary, but I am private when it comes to my sex life and what I do. And, you know, I just don't like sharing it with people. Like, I'll share it with those who I feel I need to share it with, but like, just this whole conversation of it all, like, for it to be a whole episode, it just, you know, and we're not having any real conversations behind what it is to be into these lifestyles and things like that. It sickened me, this episode. It was a bore to get through. I did not like it. I'm rating this episode on a scale of 1 to 10, a 2.
Oh, ooh. You know what, Royaire, I ain't gonna lie, this was the worst episode of this season for me also. I didn't know I was gonna go as low as a 2 till you went there. Good am I.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, nothing beneficial came out of this episode that I can really think of that we talked about. Like, nothing happened.
Nothing. So you know what? Then I gotta roll there with you. We're gonna roll together today with a 2. I'll give it a 2 too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're right. Boring, nothing. I'm sick of the sex talk. I'm sick of y'all forcing, like, I'm gonna kiss a girl. Like, it's stupid. I'm calling PP to tell him I kissed the girl. He's gonna be mad. Are we two in high school? Like, are you kidding me right now? And then in real time, I want to say she had to be pregnant when she was filming, right?
Yeah, she has to be, because Jacqueline is like what, like 6 months pregnant now. So if she wasn't pregnant, then
What's wild? I feel like she had to have had the baby, because I see pictures now where she don't even look pregnant. The latest picture I saw her, she didn't even look pregnant. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have to check it in. I don't know. Yeah, I'm over these this conversation and all of that. Like, but overall, the trip was wonderful. Great job, Wendy. Listen, we're getting ready to close out. Leave your thoughts and opinions down below on a scale of 1 to 10. What do you rate this episode? 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. But yes, shout out to Wendy. She did an amazing job hosting this trip. There was something to do every episode. I think she did a great job at keeping the drama and the beef down. I think she did a great job of trying to keep the ladies together and keep it in somewhat of a positive direction, you know, not being too messy and things like that. So shout out to Wendy. Great job, wonderful trip, you know. And it's been a great season so far in general. We are on episode 14. There's only 16 episodes in this season, so we got 2 more episodes left, people. So make sure you're tuning in. Make sure you're leaving your thoughts and opinions. We have been recapping this season since episode 1. So shout out to us. We have made it, you know, to the end of the season pretty much. So Diva, your final thoughts and opinions on this episode? Did you have anything?
No, you good. And I will say this: when we do the last episode, we will bring people up. If you'll drop the link, if y'all want to speak. And when we see the outfits of the reunion, we'll do reunion outfits. We'll do a show on the reunion outfits.
Yes. Have you guys seen the seating chart yet for the reunion? Let me pull that up real quick before we leave out.
Sure.
Just so that you guys can see that. That's what I was looking for earlier. Sorry, y'all.
You're fine.
But yes, as you guys know, they are officially filming, or they have filmed the season 9 of the reunion. As we already said, Keiarna is not present this year. She is not present for the show. So what did she say? Hold on, because I'm still looking. I'm sorry.
She said, and y'all even came one time these last 2 weeks.
Yes, we have been. So thank you, because we've been trying. So here's the official seating chart for the Real Housewives of Potomac. We have Mia, Wendy, and Stacy on the left side. We have Giselle, Ashley, and Kay on the right side. And of course, our seasonal host of every Real Housewives show, Mr. Andy Cohen, hosting this season 9 of the Real Housewives of Potomac. So here we are, people. Season 9, episode 14, Red, White, and Smooches. Please remember to hit the like button on both channels. We have dropped the link for both channels. So just go back up in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button on Chronicles of the Gray Hair Divas channel and subscribe if you're not. And then the same for Royaire's World. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button and the like button on this video. We have been recapping many of shows this season in the last couple of weeks. If you missed out on the Braxtons, we recapped the Braxtons. So if you don't want to go back and watch the show, but if you want the highlights of what happened, go to myself or Diva's channel and check out those recaps. We have recapped Tia Mowry's My Next Act. Now, we did not finish it, but you know, it was a show, so feel free to go back and watch that. Check that out. Like I said, we've been recapping Potomac since day 1, so make sure you go back and hit the like button on those and rewatch those. And then tomorrow we will be recapping Married to Medicine, episode 7, season 11. Okay, and so the ladies are coming back from Atlanta from the rodeo trip, so we're going to see how all of that pans out. If you have not been alerted, Peacock has released a documentary on Diddy. Okay, that will be coming up on tomorrow, actually. Yes, tomorrow. I forgot all about that. Ooh. So yes, that will be on tomorrow. So me and Diva are going to recap that together. So please, 8 p.m. on Peacock. Check that out tomorrow. And then join us Wednesday to go through and talk about what we seen, what we heard, what we know, what we didn't know, and what possibly may happen going forward as we prepare for Diddy's May case that is coming up. If you do not know, if you've missed out on it, I don't know how, but if you've been living under the rock, Diddy is still in jail right now. He was not released for any bail during the holidays or thereafter. His attorneys have given up on trying to get him out, and they are focusing on this trial that is preparing to come up. So that is happening May of this year. So please stay tuned, be on the lookout on our videos as we get ready to start prepping for that and talking about that. So that's coming up as well. Did I miss anything, I see?
We missed something. We did it all, y'all. We did it all.
Right. We have a monthly show that we're going to be doing on the last Saturday of this month. So on the last Saturday of this month, we're going to come together and talk about the 4 hottest topics of this month. So what you can do is, if you would like, you can email Diva and I some of your favorite topics that have happened this month. We'll go through, we'll pick out what we see, and we'll go through and talk about it. And I'm sure we'll be able to drop the link during that time so that you all can share your thoughts and opinions as well. So stay tuned to our community pages. I forgot to throw up our live this evening saying that we were going to go live, but I'll go back and put that up. And then I'll put up our live for tomorrow for Married to Medicine. So we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell on all. Shout out to the rewatch crew. So many of y'all tell us that y'all be rewatching. So shout out to y'all. We love y'all and appreciate y'all for joining us each and every week. So, Auntie, your final words, if any?
None. It's a 2.
Right? Or 8:30?
No, maybe 8:30. Maybe closer to 8 because I got to gather myself and eat first. So I'll see y'all tonight for trending topics. So
I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Hit the like button, subscribe tomorrow, 6 p.m.
Bye, y'all.